I don't even know what I'm fucking cooking today.
First thing was the omelette. You can remember back that far.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what do we have there this morning first?
Omelette.
Was it the omelette? Oh, that was a fucking disaster. And then what was after the omelette?
Oh, very busy day, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I did a Spanish style omelette with potatoes and onions, a bit of cheese in it, and a bit of a relish on top of tomato and spring onion salsa. Yeah, I think that was okay.
Yeah, so basically got you this morning, lit the fire, got the lamb all prepped up and ready. Very different for me. I've never done anything remotely like this before. Cooked legs of lambs, but never a full lamb. So the whole asado across and tying it up and everything was very new and very difficult. Once the lamb was on, we got a challenge. We had to make an omelette. That's the first thing this weekend I've actually done before. So I was okay with that. My omelette was bacon, black pudding, feta cheese, folded over obviously, and served.
And all those fires are flames and everything. It's about 100 degrees I think was at that stage. I have to pull the omelette in 15 minutes. Yeah, I did Spanish omelette with chorizo, bell peppers, toasted with nice bread, and then in the middle my omelette is just spread it. It was a disaster. I managed to lift it up. The presentation was actually very nice, I thought. And the results, I was very, very happy actually.
Kebabs, and then the burgers. Okay, so omelets, kebabs, burgers. There you go. I have to remind myself what's on it. Okay, so omelets, what was on that now? Okay, so we just went with a 3-egg omelet, chives, bit of onion, tomato, lemon, and herb spice, I think.
omelette with probably everything in it. Smoky bacon, onions, tomatoes, peppers. Came out really good now, I have to say. And what else was there? Oh, spring onion as well. That's it, that's the omelette. It's gone.
Look, I think the breakfast this morning, omelettes. Nice little challenge this morning, and got the guys thinking, how do I do an omelette? The guys were looking at and like egg to egg. Pretty good. There was, I think, a standout cheese on the eggs, and one of them came toast. Toast, yeah. I think the other one just served plain omelets. And it looked a bit and all of the toast. Yeah, it was good. Very the toast was lovely, and grill marks on the toast. Yeah, nice and light. Definitely a texture. Unfortunately, one of them is a little bit. Yes. We feel that on the belt. Just see it's still running. Yes. We tasted it from the side and it was still very, very tasty. Yes. But it just marks with the texture. That's it. And what else we were scoring on this. And it looked so good in plate. So the presentation looked really, really good.
So garlic.
Garlic toast, omelette. Alright, like look. That's it. Maybe that was a challenge. Maybe you can do something.
Yeah,
a little bit hard to do on a barbecue.
I was surprised he had 8 minutes left. I looked at my watch when I saw it, so I thought maybe he was under time pressure, but he still had 8 minutes left. And it was served.
That's it.
A couple of the omelettes, I think one of them was great presentation, great flavour, but maybe a little bit too watery. Yes. A little I found anyway. And I think that just meant great flavour, great presentation. Very close. Picked up the same across the presentation.
Very close.
Yes.
The restaurant, like a full breakfast inside an omelette.
Yeah, and as a butcher, you had all your goodies in there. You had all your black pudding, your bacon, and then they threw two of them actually had feta. So that was quite interesting. And, you're not a cheese fan, but it added to the omelette. So that was good. Very, very close. Hard to tell them apart from what it was. Yeah.
So the kebab, we chicken kebabs. What I had done is I put the chicken kebabs in. What did I do the chicken kebabs in? Why not? Come on. Okay, right. So with the societies, yes, we did the kebabs. I did a society sauce with it. I then put the red peppers with it, dried peaches. Put that on the braai, and then for the sides we did flatbread, also smoked on the braai, and then we were given the beans to do. So with the beans I did a bit of curry powder, smoked paprika, bit of red pepper, red onion, and a bit of butter. That's what I did with the beans.
Carried on cooking the lamb through the day. Next challenge was 2 chicken kebabs with a sauce and a beans dish. So I just did normal spiced chicken kebabs. I did a chili jam and pepper sauce with it, and then I served the beans with onions, turmeric, and things like that. So that's the spices.
kebabs with a bit of veg. There's only onions and peppers. We done kind of soft bread. 2 dips. And what else is there? Oh yeah, beans. There was beans with smoked bacon. That was it.
Chicken kebab, it was buttermilk curry flavored with a yogurt mint raita as a sauce dressing, and flatbreads with garlic and coriander butter. And the beans were curried beans with a few red kidney beans in with the baked beans as well.
Chicken kebab, actually, I like that one because that I was planned for a lamb for a later. I think I was getting ready for a bread mix and everything, and then they told me that I have to make a bread and everything. So that's a half job for me done already. So I was pretty happy. I was kind of planning all those things, so I was pretty happy to do the flatbread, garlic and coriander, and chicken skills I marinate in the local Lithuanian Viking chef spices, and actually was very happy with how it turned and everything, and the Germans really like it as well. In the middle of that, I think we have to do baked beans, something with the baked beans. Jesus, I made mixed beans, and then the judges saw I have to make the baked beans. But actually, I got from that as well. So I took it the baked beans, I make the baked beans and the mixed beans, nice salad. The pickled cucumbers, beetroots, the mayonnaise, it's kind of more Eastern European salads. Everybody likes that kind of heavy food on that in East Europe. And actually everybody was surprised as well about that kind of salad. That was, I think, the second challenge. What we have after?
Kebabs was very good, so everybody hit the green. Really
Yes.
spot on the kebabs. I think a couple of those, when they were served, I kind of looked at them, and some of them had kind of small pieces of chicken.
Yes.
And I thought they were going to be dry. And luckily, I opened them up, and you could see they were still moist inside.
Yes.
There was definitely from Frederick. There was some South African flavours there. There was dried apricots. So we got really good creativity and
Yes.
standout for me certainly was not even so much the chicken, but the sauce that came with it was Simon sauce.
Yes.
That Simon served with it. maybe the chicken itself could be a little bit more, but he did say when he served it, he was
Yes.
wanted the sauce to stand out.
Stand out, yeah, and he did.
And his beans were amazing.
they were.
So
Yes.
that was really
Yeah.
tasty. Anything that stood out for you on the kebabs?
Well, I suppose there was the ones that I liked was the isotised, but they used isotised because they can be nice and juicy and I thought they were very well. But now the chicken breast worked very good also.
It's a,
No, so I
it
think
was
it was
interesting
good overall.
because they had the choice of the thighs
Thighs are the chicken breast.
and the chicken breast, and it's a bit of a trade-off because chicken breast is really easy to cook,
Yes.
but they can be very dry
Dry.
if you don't get them right.
Yes,
And thighs can be really, really soft and tender, but if you don't get it goes right,
they can be chewy.
chewy and not tender. And I think again we had where the guys did the thighs they nailed it. And it's kind of stood out fine, nice juicy. But the guys who did the breast, there wasn't a dry breast. I was expecting somebody to serve up some dry breast, but they didn't.
No.
It was really tasty.
It was very tough again.
Yep. So again, very very close. On the close, I think we certainly had a draw on that one. There was
Yes.
a couple of contenders which
That's
it
it,
was,
yeah.
you couldn't see.
No.
It's just like, it's still like, oh, burgers. But we thought everything is finished. We have another one. So we have to do a beef burger and we have to do the chicken burger. At least we got plenty of time for that to get ready. So I did a beef burger with some pickles, tomatoes, burger sauce with the pickles, some smoked lattice mature cheddar cheese, and some fried onions as well. The chicken burger, I go for a bread. First it was breaded chicken burger. So I kind of use sriracha mayonnaise with the pickles, tomatoes, onions, lettuce of course, and more before I heat sriracha sauce. I take all that heat, I use some mozzarella cheese. So hopefully everybody liked it. Because it should be nice balancing with all those flavors. And hopefully there's no more challenges after that. Because it's very, very hard actually, guys. If you think it's easy, it's not that easy. The lamb is still cooking.
Burger next, just finished. Burger, I did a Parmesan chicken burger with a tomato and apple relish on the burger, and just the normal salad, leaves, tomato and onion, a bit of aioli as well. The beef burger was a double smash burger with maple syrup bacon and a barbecue sauce and the same salads and tomato and onion.
Burgers, we deep fry chicken first, then we finish in the oven on the barbecue. Just crisp up. It was very simple, just lettuce, chicken, onions, and mayo. And the other sauce we put on it was sweet onions and bacon. And the beef burger, we done just the classic beef burgers, cheese, onions, lettuce, two types of sauce. The one we made ourselves. The other one was harissa sauce, barbecue sauce, very nice. That was it.
The next challenge was two burgers. We had to do a chicken burger and a beef burger. I did a double beef smash burger with bacon and cheese between each layers. So just minced up onions, some spices, and then cooked on the barbecue. The chicken was battered in buttermilk and then flour with some spices, and just a simple burger. So that was the last challenge of the day. So now it's just kind of coming to the last few hours where we cook the sides for the lamb and start resting the lamb and get it ready to go.
And then we were given the burgers. Yeah. Right, okay, so with the burgers, we did one chicken burger, one mince burger, or beef burger. With the chicken burger, I put that in a steak marinade. Yes, okay, so we did two burgers with a chicken burger and a mince burger. The chicken burger, I put a steak marinade with it. I then had that on the dry. The beef burger, I mixed jalapenos and mixed between mozzarella and cheddar cheese into the mince itself. Put that on the bar as well to smoke for about 10 minutes. I just had the normal burger, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, a bit of gherkin on it as well, and added a little bit more cheese on the top of it, and that was it. The meat was all nice and juicy, so there's all the flavors and juice there.
Burgers I found really challenging. I don't know if the presentation and the appearance of this burger.
Yeah.
So you're kind of leaning back and, well, what's the skills, what's the taste? We had certainly had some variety on the thought it was great. We had chicken.
With the crispy chicken
Yep.
and with minced chicken.
That's right. So we had some just taking the whole chicken breast and serving it with the burger. We had a couple of the guys keeping it very simple.
Yes.
But they made sure that they were really
Juicy.
good, juicy, and really flavorful. We saw quite a few cheeses. Sharp Irish cheddar. Beef. We saw a mix of smash burgers, which is quite a sort of daring thing to do because it's a very fast cook, very quick. Very delicious. Smash burgers, and then we had a few kind of steakhouse burgers, so thick ones. And again, they hit the brief. Those thick ones were really juicy.
Yeah.
And when you squeeze them, you could see the juice
juice
coming out of them.
The flavour.
And the flavour. They all had great flavour. Again, very, very difficult to tell. I think it came down to colour cooking styles.
Yes. And just the appearance maybe.
Yeah, we had one
Looks. You'll be saying you don't want to eat these. They look so good.
everything looked good. And like I said, you didn't want to cut into some of them because the burger was so good. It looked so good. And I think there was a couple of things there. I mean, one stood out for me is the minced chicken. So mincing the chicken and making a minced chicken burger. I love the parmesan with the chicken. Yes. Coating. Big bite. Really good flavour. So I think it was a bit strange. I think in some respects the simple burgers is the better.
That's it. Yeah. So keep it kind of simple and you can walk.
The flavours came through there.
Well, what if I fuck it up? What if you jinx me on that now? Right. I actually haven't even put any of the sauces on the wraps. Right. I know what I'm going to do for the wraps. Right. So for the lamb, what I did with the lamb was we obviously had it on the bar for the last 6 or 7 hours. With that, I've had a nice smoky paprika beef like wrap that I've put together. I've wrapped the lamb with that. I then kept it moist, spraying up. I'm going to start that over. Yeah. Right. So. Right. So I've had a smoky paprika beef wrap that I had made that I rubbed that with the whole time, a bit of coarse salt as well. I sprayed it with a mixture between Coke and a bit of red wine as well. And I've injected some of the red wine into the lamb also. And yeah, had it on the bar for about 2.5 hours. I let the fire go out so that it can rest a bit and cook itself and go nice and soft. I've just then heated up the fire after that again, cooked it for another 2.5, 3 hours. And that was it. Served it medium well. Fuck me. Right, okay. For the sides, I've taken a potato, cooked it on the dry in foil for about an hour, hour and a half, until it was nice and soft. Scooped out the middle of it, mixed that with a bit of cream, cheese and chives, mixed that back and put it back into it with a bit of cheese on top of it to melt. That was one side. The second side, I had a butternut. Cooked that as well for about an hour, hour and a half until it was soft. I cooked that inside the tin foil with a little bit of cinnamon, brown sugar, honey, and a bit of maple syrup as well. Then the third dish, I had corn on the brie. We fried the corn, cut that off the top. I added a bit of spices to that, and I served that as a salad with a bit of coriander and a few other bits on it just for the looks.
my lamb has been flavoured with a Moroccan spice, Moroccan flavours, fennel, fenugreek, cumin, coriander, paprika, all sorts of stuff like that to give it a Moroccan twist. It was pierced and stuffed with bits of garlic and rosemary sprigs into the flesh before I started. I've been cooking it now, what's it, 6 hours now? And it's, oh sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, and it's, and I've been putting the rub on, the Moroccan rub, and spraying it with a mixture of water and lemon juice to keep it moist. And will be sides of Hasselback potatoes and beetroot, cold beetroot salad and butternut, a butternut dish.
What is it, dude? Huh? What is it, dude? Fire over there? Fire? Close. What?
Why?
Okay. I haven't looked through my book. I haven't started my side. Okay, so one side is going to be Hasselback potatoes. So they're going to be small potatoes, kind of diced, done on the barbecue with lemon, butter, garlic. They'll be served like that. There's another minted peas side dish. So that's got minted peas puree with obviously mint, some cream, and you know, pureed up, nice, fresh with lamb and mint, obviously minted. Third dish will be green beans with boiled eggs, also done on the barbecue. So nice smoky flavour to them all, and hopefully my lamb's cooked properly.
black pepper. Use for all day long, and now last half hour I will start mopping, kind of glazing. Again, I use the sour cream with paprika, cumin, suma, and Lebanese spices, so get more of the flavors kind of sour cream. So hopefully I will get results. But I couldn't talk it about results because it's still another bit of the lamb. Hopefully it will be cooked perfectly. Pull the legs out very nicely. And side dishes, my side dishes such a regular spaghetti. I have here flatbreads for wrap some kebabs or something like that. Then it's slightly different. The dough was cooked for way longer, so they should be way lighter and more tastier. The other side dish, I made Moroccan style couscous and vegetables in a tagine, and then I made eventually for a half a day the local caramel beetroots and onions. So because of the beetroot and onion with the balsamic glaze salad, go with that. Hopefully there's no more challenges today. Finished for today, and I don't know what they have for tomorrow. Today was just second day, so tomorrow is going to be more challenges. Things. I don't mind about desserts. I have still some pairs of prime beef from yesterday, some pears and blue cheese. We're ready to go.
We done the brain for lamb, and we have them there hanging for a while. It's in now for 7 hours, nearly there, so hopefully we finish on time. There's loads of veg was hanging there for a day, but I'm just gonna have to finish them on the fire because they're still tough enough. So we have chips done out of carrots, then we have roasties, baked cabbage and baked beetroot.
did you think of the lamb?
Oh my, where do we start? That's new for me. I have never seen anything like that in the Ireland. You know, so that is new for me.
I think
And being a butcher and everything, like, it's just unreal. And the amount of people that comment on it, like, to just class.
Unbelievable.
You know.
And even for the contestants.
Yeah, and everyone on cooked it. I think they had all cooked, right? Everyone had different flavours, different tastes, but like they were all still cooked. No one kind of messed up or anything.
Very
They still
difficult.
presented them.
Some of those contestants had never done a full lamb or
that's it,
barbecue. They were kind of, at least one of them was really nervous cooking.
That's it, yeah.
Simon was extremely nervous.
He was, yeah.
Cooking.
And he still cooked it
And
pulled
he
it out.
actually probably got off to the best start. I think he was the last person to get his lamb on.
Yes.
But he got a very good start on his lamb.
Yes.
Browning it nicely. And very interesting styles.
That's
so
it,
you
yeah.
you've got a couple of South Africans in there and they're used to
They're
the
used to it.
rotisserie
Yes.
cooking. And what you found is they, instead of using the asado cross as an angle, they opted for the way that they'd be more comfortable cooking, which was laying the cross flat, so that they were actually cooking half and then turning it over. So in the long run, it was probably an easier cook
Yes,
for them, and
it's
they were
like
more confident.
rotisserie, yeah.
So that was good. Great flavours on the lamb. There wasn't one that I couldn't find flavours.
No, that's it.
A couple of them missed the brief a little bit. I did say I wanted to see different cuts. Now they gave us different cuts,
Yes.
but a couple of them said they were going to give us loin,
Yes.
and I didn't quite. They gave us lap, I think it was,
Yeah,
instead
one
of
was
loin,
left, yes. Yeah.
and one of them was ribs.
Yes.
Now I think one of them might have been deliberate because there was a bit of pinkish around the rib.
Ribbon, yeah.
I'd say what they've done is just cut the loin off because it wasn't that
Done.
whereas the rest of the lamb was. But wow, it's amazing.
That's it.
Just the length of time they cooked. It was also interesting to see, I think,
Look at that.
Frederick had his done first. He actually ended up putting his back on.
That's it.
And leaving it rest for a while and getting the fire going again. A couple of them were falling behind and realised the fire
Needed more heat.
needed a bit more management.
Yes.
They needed to ramp it up.
Yes.
They kept the fire going. And you know, by the time we did the interviews, they were happy enough.
That's it, yes.
They were glad that they kept the fire going.
Yeah.
The look of them, there were certainly ones that I preferred the look of.
Yes.
One of them had kind of a bit of a pale colour. I was a bit worried that it wouldn't cook properly, but when we got served it, the meat.
It was right, yeah.
The meat was right, the skin was crispy. And we did have one loin that was,
2 years.
I'm not quite sure why, because it was definitely done.
Yes.
And I think that probably just is a loin.
Yes. There was. Maybe a
Toughy, bit dry, and just
They have more line.
shoulder and the leg
don't have much.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Just the loin is
With the lamb, you have to be careful.
So,
Yeah,
but look,
still.
amazing. And there was a couple of flavours there. I think it was Neil's flavour.
Yes.
Really, really good flavour on it.
Yes.
Frederick's had quite an unusual flavour, really tasty.
Yes. Nice.
They were all
Crisp
good.
on it.
The Eddie's was good. They were all good. Close, so close, so hard to tell, but excellent. I don't think anybody made a mistake. In the land, because everybody cooked, everyone was happy with their cook. I think a couple of the guys struggled with their serving.
So, yeah.
You could see they were serving us big chunks and
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
here's a loin and
Just
it was a
trying-
massive piece and
Yeah.
there's a loin somewhere in there.
Yeah, they couldn't break down the lamb. They couldn't get the cuts right, like maybe.
Cooked it perfectly and then at the
Yeah.
end they were kind of, oh, how do I break down the whole lamb?
Yeah.
And they weren't quite sure where to cut it, what to
Yes.
serve. So
Yes,
it
yes.
came through as well.
Yes, yes. But still,
Yep. I mean, what can I say? The guys had a great time today. Sides on that lamb. They were just, they were all really, really good.
some disposal was very good.
We did have potatoes undercooked.
Yeah.
And I was concerned because I saw him cooking and I saw him cooking potatoes quite late.
Yes.
And I just suspected that we were going to get a hard potato.
Yes.
And I was pity again because it was a Hasselback.
Yes.
And we had two Hasselback
Yes.
potatoes. One came in and it was undercooked. And the other one came in.
Yes, it was nice flour.
Floury. It had like that juicer was garlic was
The garlic and
butter
butter,
at the
and
bottom,
just right,
sitting
yeah.
at the bottom.
They gone down through it like it's just lovely.
He was perfect. We saw quite a bit of beetroot actually.
Yes, yeah, beetroot is lovely.
Slices of beetroot. We saw
And the red one.
beetroot salad.
Yeah.
Actually, we saw two beetroot salads. One had the white.
Yes. Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, that one I thought was really tasty. Looked really nice as well.
Everyone else, the cabbage. Cabbage was, that was lovely. Yeah, yeah.
Just cut straight through it.
It's lovely and soft. I didn't
Yeah, that
think
was-
it could be hard. That was just nice and lovely.
She had that cooked in the coals. We had it hanging up on the cross
Yes.
earlier.
Yes.
And then you could actually see he wrapped it up and put
Yes.
it in the
Little
coals.
coals, yeah.
Already served it.
That's it, yeah. Oh yes, butternut, yeah.
So
Yes, yes.
one was kind of charred, and that was
Yes.
reasonably tasty. The other one was tasty, but seemed to be spiced up.
On one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you commented as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was nice and tasty where the spice
It was, yeah. As we moved to the back of it, it was just like, what's what?
It wasn't unfair. A little bit of it.
Yeah.
Didn't see any broccoli, and I don't think I saw any pineapple.
No, I don't think so.
And we saw bits and pieces of onion, but I didn't see any whole onions cooked.
No.
I did see onions cooked. I didn't see onions served.
So, yes.
So I think a couple of people decided not to serve the onions.
Well, one had red one had with beef.
The red onion.
That was the red onion, yeah. Because you said there was a lot of onion. Yes,
Salad.
yes.
That was like a pickled onion. The red.
Yeah, the red, yeah, pickled onion, yeah. No, what's that?
Several sides were excellent. The lamb was excellent. I did find one thing a little bit strange. The egg.
Oh,
So
yes,
I just
the eggs on the long beef.
It was good. It was quite creative. It just kind of didn't go to I think
Yes.
like chickpeas,
Yes.
asparagus.
Yes.
Looked good on the plate. Maybe the presentation, the appearance was great, but the chickpeas were just quite hard. And
Yes.
then the asparagus was soft. But, you know, the guys are trying to.
Yeah, I like it.
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it don't. That's it. As we say, good day overall. Good day in the office.